Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and thought to yourself, I need to know exactly how much gold I have in my material storage right now? Well, I come with a solution to our shared problem. GW2Efficiency, in my opinion, is the single greatest website to help you when it comes to Guild Wars 2. You have access to so many different tools, bits of information, and quality of life that makes everything related to Guild Wars 2 so much easier. Whether you're trying to find a specific item on your account, seeing how much gold you can make if you dumped your entire material storage on the trading post, or want a complete itemized breakdown of how to craft every single item in the game, you're going to find it here. I, along with literally hundreds of thousands of people, use this every day, and you're making your life in Guild Wars 2 harder than it needs to be if you don't join us. Do it! So today we're going to get you all set up and show you some of the incredibly cool things that Guild Wars 2 Efficiency can do for you. Also, it's completely free. Now to answer the obligatory question, is this safe to use? Yes. GW2 Efficiency simply reads information from your Guild Wars 2 API key that you can generate from your ArenaNet account page and lays everything out in a clean, easy to understand way. It doesn't interact with your game in any way, and the creators are even partnered with ArenaNet. So you are totally safe. Now for the setup. The first thing you need to do before you can start using GW2 Efficiency is creating an API key for your Guild Wars 2 account. Now I know this sounds daunting, but it's actually super simple to do. Your API key is simply a code you create which allows third-party websites and apps like Efficiency to read certain bits of information about your account. This doesn't allow anyone to change anything about your account, and it won't include anything private like your password, so we're all good there. The API keys section on Efficiency will walk you through how to create your API key, but let's work through it together. Click the link to go to the Guild Wars 2 API key management page. You can also find this by logging into your ArenaNet account and going to the Applications tab. Click here to create a new API key. Name it whatever you want. I'm going to name this one GW2 Efficiency because I'm filled to the brim with creativity. Check all the boxes to give your key all the permissions. This will make it so you can get the most value out of Efficiency. Create your key, copy your key, then paste your key back into Efficiency. Save it, and then we're done. Also, if you're an alt account goblin like me, you can add API keys for each account and swap between them with the drop down in the top right. Now we can get to the fun stuff. The account section is where you'll land whenever you check out Efficiency, and it's basically where you can find out almost anything about your account. There's so much information here at your fingertips, so I won't be able to cover it all today, but I'll go through what I think are the most important things for you to know and the stuff that I use it for all the time. Now the Overview tab will show you your account value, which might just shock you. Even if you feel like you're not earning that much gold, your account value will still be increasing faster than you think. If you scroll down, it will basically show you where all the gold is sitting at on your account, how much you have in your bank, material storage, and even on each individual character. One god tier feature here is the ability to search for any item across your account, which is super useful for me having over 50 characters on my multiple accounts. The characters tab will tell you everything you need to know about your characters, how old they are, number of deaths, what crafting discipline they have, and a super nice feature is this little checkbox here, which will let you see if any of your characters have a birthday gift to collect. And if you're like me and have literally dozens of characters, this is an absolute lifesaver. For the farming tracker, you can turn it on to see just how much gold you're making as you play. And if you're diving into an hours-long farming session, make sure to check this out. The bank tab will show you every single item in your bank as well as how much everything is worth. Super useful if you have a large bank and use it as a dumping ground for all of your odds and ends. The material storage tab is super helpful. It'll show you every single thing in your material storage as well as exactly how much you can sell it for. You can even turn on this handy heat map so you can see at a glance where your most valuable materials are. I've mentioned this before, but if you're a new player in Guild Wars 2, the material storage is basically where all your wealth in Guild Wars 2 is going to end up. Every time you click deposit all in the inventory window, this is where everything ends up. And Guild Wars 2, more often than not, doesn't reward you with raw gold. It will give you crafting materials and currencies. So here it all is for your viewing pleasure. Now the wardrobe tab will show you all your unlocked skins and how much they're all worth. On a slightly terrifying note, you can also see how much gold you'd need to unlock every skin in the game. The dyes tab is basically the same thing as the wardrobe tab, but with, dyes. And the legendary armory, again, like the wardrobe, you can see how many legendaries you have unlocked and just how many hundreds of thousands of gold you need to unlock every single legendary in the game. For the hyper-competitive among us, the stats tab will give you a rundown of basically every statistic relevant to your account value, liquid gold, playtime, you name it. And it will show you where your account is ranked against everyone else in the world who uses Efficiency. The currency tab will show you the best things you can do with some of the most used currencies like dungeon tokens, spirit shards, karma, and laurels, which is very nice if you have some extra currency lying around and you want to make some extra gold from it. I'm always using my laurels to either convert to medium crafting bags or heavy crafting crafting bags to fund whatever legendary I'm working on. Now the trading post tab will show you what you have waiting to sell on the trading post and what you're currently buying, including how much everything is worth. The thing I use this for the most is whenever I'm trying to sell a legendary on the trading post. Whenever you buy anything or something sells in my case on the trading post, it will show up in your delivery box. The timers tab is going to give you a rundown of every meta event in the game and the order they start, so you can quickly bounce from one event to another. A super useful feature here, you can actually use the chat tool buttons to either copy the waypoint so you can paste it in chat, or a super detailed version which gives you the next event, the waypoint, and how long until it starts. The dungeons tab will basically show you whether or not you've completed a dungeon, raid, fractal, or strike mission either today or this week. Raids have their pesky weekly reset, which is super useful if you're like me and for love nor money you can't remember what raid wings you cleared this week. The crafting tab I think is honestly the single best feature of Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. Here you can simply type out the name of the item you want to craft, select it from the drop down, and then bam, you have the entire crafting process broken down for you and a perfectly ordered shopping list to finish off your next project. Since you've added your Guild Wars 2 API key, you can tell it to use whatever materials you already have on hand and watch that crafting price plummet. You can even just grab the URL of your crafting list, save it somewhere and bookmark it, and then you can check on your crafting progress whenever you want. For the longest time last year, I was working on crafting a full set of open world legendary armor and a set of legendary trinkets for my EU account. For 6 months, I had this crafting list bookmark and would check on it every time I played to see how much closer I was getting. Believe me, it is incredibly satisfying seeing that final crafting cost reach 0 just so you can dump thousands of gold into the Mystic Forge. This tab alone is enough of a reason to use Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. Now, the Gathering tab is going to give you a list of popular gathering locations around the world, usually places with rich ores or groups of trees or plants to harvest. You can check and uncheck what you want to farm, and you can even grab the nearest waypoint for your convenience. Every month, the folks at Efficiency run a lottery where you can go in the draw to win some sparkly in-game items. You can either enter manually, or you can support Efficiency on their Patreon or by PayPal to be entered automatically. Given the sheer amount of effort that's gone into creating this though, flicking a few bucks their way is totally worth it in my opinion. So yeah, that's Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. It's completely free, insanely helpful, and honestly, if you play Guild Wars 2 and you're not using it, you're making your life far harder than it needs to be. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite thing about Guild Wars 2 Efficiency, and if you're in the mood for more useful Guild Wars 2 add-ons, you can check out my recent video about how to install the amazing Nexus add-on manager. And with that, I'll catch you all next time. Cheers.